Hey, how's it going there, guys? This is me, Uriah Wesman. I am doing another one of those going to a town and walking around and saying things that might be funny or not funny at all while holding a phone in front of me and being very self-conscious about it. I mean, like, okay, someone was like to me, Uriah, you gotta be more socially conscious about your carbon footprint. I'm like, dude, the only thing you're doing is making me feel socially conscious about the size of my shoe, which is not a normal size. So I'm down here in Calabasas. Calabasas, it really just sounds like one of those kids in like a line of like 7 kids, and that's the kid that you could beat the shit out of and no one would care about. Was that just me? It straight up, it smells like shit where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on some old wagon wheels, I guess. I mean, it looks like there's money around here if you take a look around, but not enough money to set up a proper bench. So I'm going to give a tour of Calabasas. Just went to Trader Joe's, got some sunscreen, some SPF 5000. Oh, I was thirsty here, so I was going to use this water spigot right here. Water spigot right there, eh? Hey? Yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, like, where's my taxpayer dollars going to? Goes on like TripAdvisor, they're like, you gotta check out the Calabasas Park, man. You know what I get here? Park is closed. Park is closed, and what am I gonna do now for 3 hours? Hey, I'm here at the Adobe Museum, where I'm gonna figure out what it's like to live in the 1800s. Except I was like, hey man, can I churn some butter? And they're like, we haven't churned butter here for decades. I'm like, well, thanks for making me feel like the weird one here. All right, here we go. We got another wagon wheel. This is like 4 wagon wheels, and you know what? 4 wagon wheels is a little bit too much to see in one day. I'm feeling very overwhelmed in Calabasas. This is actually where M. Night Shyamalan Googled corn. Alright guys, I made it into the barn, and look behind me. There's something, I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with this horse. It is not moved. Like, horses in the 1800s, I guess they were really good at, like, being mimes, you know? They have a lot of old artifacts here. I mean, who would have known we had fire extinguishers for this long? And right by the oil lamp, that's pretty... They say you gotta grab life by the horns, but what are you supposed to do when the horns are up there? I can't reach them. I can't reach those horns. I had no idea they had power. They had power in the 1800s, guys. This is crazy. It's funny, they have these outhouses behind me, as if this is like the 1800s. I mean, I've been using an outhouse since the day I was born. I don't know about you guys. I mean, this is actually more of just a tour of my daily life than the 1800s. Apparently they had plastic fruit in the 1800s. This pigeon is straight up just mocking it. Just mocking this rooster right here. It's like, I'm free. I'm free. Yeah, I just went to that museum, and I could definitely tell that mutually between me and the people at the museum, we came to the conclusion that I'm not the type of person that they're really actually wanting to be at their museums. Even though there was only like 3 to 4 people there, I think even though I paid $5, it was in both of our, me and the museum's best interest if I was no longer there at this point. Not that I got kicked out, but you got the feeling when it's a self-guided tour, but somebody follows you around the whole time, and they ask you why you're filming, and that kind of stuff happens. I mean, it gets a little weird, I guess, right? Right, that's Calabasas for you, right? Calabasas, you get your shit in the room right now. Frank, you're all right. Calabasas, you piece of shit. It's like you would name your kid Calabasas strictly because you want to beat the crap out of them, right? Right? All right, well, I definitely didn't belong in that museum, and now it's probably 1:30. I kill a half an hour. And the other thing I was going to do was go to a park, and it turns out that park's closed. And it's really hot outside right now. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm walking around in a Calabasas Park, which apparently is actually a private-owned park. I didn't even know that existed. And it says that you need to properly have a guest pass and be escorted by a person if you're going to use this park. But you know what? Like, this seems like a little bit of hypocrisy, because if you look behind me, there's a bunch of Canadian geese. I don't see a problem with them, so I'm just gonna hang out, see what happens, and if they come up to me, I'm just gonna plead ignorance, right? Double standard. That's what I was gonna say. It's a double standard that these geese get to hang out and I don't get to hang out. All right, so far, let's take a look at that street lamps. Street lamps they're not bad. Not bad. They're not as good as the last city I was in, Melrose. But you know what? Montrose. Fuck, I don't even remember where I was. I'm walking through a park. No one is around here. It's a pretty beautiful place. Look, now I can take off my sunglasses because it's shady. I'm definitely a shady character for this neighborhood. Uh-oh. I always rate all the street lamps, but look here. That one's broken, guys. Broken. I mean, okay, we got squirrels playing. This is a pretty good park. Squirrel population's a 10 out of 10 so far. Saw 2 of them playing. That's absolutely fantastic. What this looks like, this looks more like a golf course without like all the white privilege people going around deciding who's gonna be president 10 years from now. Pretty good. My arm's getting tired of holding a phone. Man, I'm a weak man. I'm weak. I'm the only one walking around right now, and I had to double up on the sunscreen. Now I'm at basically at an SPF 6000. You know what? This is really a fantastic path. I'm looking at this sidewalk, and through this park. It's really good. I mean, a few years ago, if not only like a few months ago, I definitely would have brought out my rollerblades and definitely did a couple tuck and rolls around here and really had some fun. But can't do that anymore. I'm scared of rollerblading. Me, I'm a big walking guy. I like walking, but right now, I think it's at least 30 to 35 degrees. That's like 110, I think. It's extremely hot out here, and all I like to walk around. I like to be in my car and go place to place. You know what? I think I might not be able to do too much walking tours. I might have to do more of like a car tour or something like that. A car tour. I don't really want to do that though, I got next up, I'm gonna go see a pet cemetery. See if it's a good place to get cremated myself. I mean, okay. This is crazy. There's a creek behind me. There is a creek with flowing water. Pretty impressive. I mean, when people have money, they have money in Calabasas. They have enough money for creeks, man. I haven't ever lived in a neighborhood with a creek. That's probably classified as a waterfront property. Probably charge an extra 10 grand a month just to sleep there. So it's going to be coming up behind me, actually. I actually was talking to a local that I imagined in my mind that I was talking to. I mean, that kind of actually makes me sound kind of like a crazy person. But actually, the water behind me, this is actually the water that they used in the Titanic movies, where Leonardo DiCaprio and the other people, Celine Dion, almost died on the Titanic. And a fun fact about the Titanic is people are talking about the single-use plastic, single-use metal. I mean, like, really, it was Titanic was the original single-use metal. That's a true story. All right, we got mini street lamps here. All right, this is scary. This is scary. So what's happening now is I'm about to walk through Canadian geese. This is the weird thing. Canadian geese, they're called Canadian geese, but really, they are very violent birds, especially if they have sort of some baby chicks. So I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling as I pass here, because these are pretty aggressive birds. They're probably the more aggressive kind of bird. I'm walking straight through here. So far, so good. Now I'm making eye contact with them. Whew, I thought I was about to die right there. My whole life flashed before my eyes, and all I could think of is I'm doing another one of these stupid videos where I make boring comments about standing water. It says you need private security, but I walk through there, no problem. I'm talking about some white privilege right there. That is a classic case of white privilege. I mean, that was Uriah walks through a park. I mean, my Honda does not fit in with this. Like, the people driving here are like triple-decker BMWs. I mean, like, I didn't even know those existed here. Yeah, not a through street. I mean, that's what every single parent of the girl that I used to date used to say about me. Uriah, that guy's not a through street. He's a dead end. So I decided not to go to the pet cemetery, because I figured I'd just get too sad. I mean, I really enjoyed Spot and Skip and you know, Caillou and Caillou a dog? I don't know. All right, so I'm currently pretty exhausted and on the verge of probably heat stroke, but I'm hiking while wearing flip-flops, because the thing is that if I wear socks and sneakers, I sweat so much. I probably sweat enough that if they could somehow desalinate my sweat, it could probably hydrate at least 3,000 to 4,000 children and 8,000 adults, right? Or make a bunch of Coca-Cola. Well, I did it. I made it as high as I'm gonna go. You know, a lot of times when you go on like hikes, you get like really excited about the view you're gonna get. Not really that good. Not really that good of a view. I should have went to the pet cemetery and cried. Maybe I still got time. Got a couple hours till the show. All right, I'm talking as if this is live to my phone. Basically, I haven't had much water today. I'm starting to sweat a lot. And I'm pretty sure if I have sunstroke, I'm going to collapse down here. And the last memory of me is going to be these pathetic videos that are getting 15 views on across all my platforms that I post them on. Yeah, this is fun. I think with this hike I'm doing. Whoa, there's a dust tornado. I didn't get it. There's a dust tornado. I thought it was going to take away my mobile home and leave me with nothing but a bunch of rusty tires and racist views. Well, what I was getting at is I'm hiking. I'm pretty sure I got most of the tire right. I got got one of these sports shirts, and I kind of rolled up the sleeves, but they're coming down because even the shirt's like, yeah, Uriah, that's not good enough. You need to put those fucking down.
Alright, I'm very excited to bring up this next comic. He runs awesome shows in Santa Barbara, so if you're ever out in the Ventura County, Santa Barbara area, check him out. Give a warm welcome for the very funny Uriah Wesman. Let him hear it, you guys.
I'm going to talk your host. Hey! I produce shows in Santa Barbara, and I'm taking a look at this crowd, and I'm like, man, I thought Santa Barbara was white. You guys rollerblade here? No? Okay, this joke is gonna go fantastic. No, really, maybe you guys are the type of crowd where you pay someone else to rollerblade for you. Come on.